Hello. We have got some wonderful holiday news to share with you all. You could even call it an early student loan Christmas present. So we just heard, this is breaking news, that the Biden administration is going to extend the IDR waiver. That is wonderful news. We were expecting it to be December 31st, and that would have created a massive hurdle and a massive cliff, if you will, for anybody consolidating their student loans after December 31st would have faced really awful new rules that would not go as nearly as far as the ones that are currently in place until December 31st. So for those just joining us, the IDR waiver is now going to be extended until April 30th of 2024. So that is a really wonderful news, April 30th, 2024. And what's kind of weird is there's a little bit of a gap. There's a May-June gap in between when the new rules go into place after the IDR waiver, which is July 2024. So in July 2024, they're going to take weighted average for any consolidations that occur. And that's not nearly as good as what it is currently until April 30th, which is they'll take the oldest loan and count the oldest loan on your consolidation for credit towards forgiveness. So this is wonderful news for borrowers that have any kind of student loan balance at all. Because it's just going to mean that more people will be able to benefit from the IDR account adjustment. We were really concerned at Student Loan Planner that this account adjustment was going to end at the end of December 31st, 2023, and it was scheduled to. And, of course, this is very much how the Biden administration operates with student loans, is they announce good news, but they announce it at the last second and right before something's about to expire. And what's going to happen after that, it's anybody's guess. But I think this signals a couple key things. One thing I think it signals is if you're going to extend the IDR account adjustment deadline, at the last second for 4 months, there's not a doubt in my mind that they might try to extend it again. So I think they might try to extend it again, possibly to the end of June, just to make it, basically July when the new rules go into place for weighted average consolidations, to make that process more smooth so that there's not a gap in between the two dates. I also think that with this negotiated rulemaking that they're doing, that they might try to make the IDR waiver a permanent change, but they can't do that until July 2025. So this might be a way the Biden administration is using their powers to just try to drag as many people over the finish line towards forgiveness as possible, no matter how old the people's loans are that they have. And so, the IDR waiver continues to be a vastly underutilized thing. I'm just really stunned at how really few people still know about it. Now, this does not affect you if you're in administrative forbearance, from what we can tell. So the administrative forbearance is an arbitrarily long period of time. So they could extend this, they could shut it off right away. This is really a servicer-driven thing versus the Department of Ed-driven thing. And so we don't think that the IDR waiver and the administrative forbearance are actually connected at all. So this is great news. But this said, if you know anybody in your life that probably graduated about the time that you did, let's say that you're in your 30s or 40s or 50s especially, or maybe you know somebody in their 30s, 40s, or 50s that has student loan debt or might have student loan debt, tag them, at them, share this video with them. The IDR account adjustment allows you to consolidate your loans and get credit on your new loan that's consolidated based off of whatever loan that is the oldest that you included in your consolidation. So what does that mean? It means if you went to undergrad back in, the dark ages, or, like I did back in the Stone Ages, and you've got an old loan from undergrad, then you went back to grad school, or you had a long period in between undergrad and grad school, you can consolidate everything together and get everything credited as if the whole thing is all from your undergrad. So for example, if you have, 2 years of Teach for America and you did grad school, you can get that credited on your grad school loans by consolidating during this IDR waiver period, which is really wonderful. If you're going for 20-year forgiveness or 25-year forgiveness because you are not a public servant, but you still have a lot of student loan debt and you work in the private sector, you could consolidate and you could get credit on that too by consolidating. And you could maybe, let's say you took out loans in the 2000s, and then took a little bit of years off, and then the economy got bad. You went back to grad school in the late 2000s, early 2010s. You could consolidate everything, and then maybe you have 15 or 20 years of credit, and you only need to pay for 5 more years, and the whole thing's forgiven. So that's what this IDR account adjustment is capable of doing. And again, there's tens of millions of people, or maybe millions of people at a minimum, that could benefit enormously from this that still don't know about it. So please, again, share this video with people that that were in your program, that you might have, friends of friends that could benefit from knowing about the IDR account adjustment. But what a wonderful holiday gift. Thank goodness that December 31st doesn't have to be this mad dash towards trying to get people this information. It's really great. It's going to help a lot more people get more access to help. And so we're very happy that this got extended, and we think it's probably going to get extended again, this IDR account adjustment, because after this window ends, it's going to be really painful to people that did not take advantage of it. So if you have any questions about the IDR account adjustment or how you could benefit, put it in the comments, and thanks for following Student Loan Planner.